evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris is back for the rest of this Hearthstone Arena run featuring the Weapon-Free Warrior version 1.0. Now, I have to give myself a confession, or I guess I have to give you a confession. Part of the success of this deck so far, at least in the two games that we've seen, is that I did get enraged creatures. I have an Amani Berserker, that was really good here. I have a 2 Raging Worgens, that was good. I picked up Enrage, Whirlwind, Cruel Taskmaster, so that stuff's been kind of doing it for me. So it's not like any old weapon-free deck can do well. I did have some good stuff, but with that said, it's kind of cool that I'm playing without weapons. We're gonna keep that silence back. I mean, I've got more of it. I'd like to see an actual drop. This is clunky. This is a good 3-drop, this is a good 4-drop, but I do want to see some other stuff to play if I could possibly manage it. Well, I do have the coin, so the Worgen can come out on turn 2 with the coin, and then the Shattered Sun Cleric can buff it the following turn. That is a possibility. Oh, this is annoying. That could be a problem. That could be a real problem if there's any Shattered Sun Clerics or Dark Iron Dwarves or Cruel Taskmasters loitering around. This could get ugly. Oh man, you know what would be great? Like a Fiery War Axe or something. Like the one that my opponent's going to play on turn 2 to kill my Raging Worgen before it can get buffed by the Shattered Sun Cleric. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love one of those. Now the interesting question is, if you played one now, would I still play the Worgen into it? Probably not. I'd probably wait for the Ascension and then try to hide behind it. Oh, okay. Well, we're putting it to the test. Am I really not going to play a Raging Worgen? I never saw any oozes in this draft. You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm actually not even gonna do anything. We're just gonna armor up. So the idea is, on my next turn, I'll play Shield Block to mitigate a lot of the damage. Draw a card. And then on turn 4, I can play Ascension. Now, what I might do if I deem the situation dire enough, if he plays something really good here, maybe okay. So maybe I'll play like Ascension with the coin right here and hang on to the shield block for another day. Put a creature on the board, you know, it's important not to fall too far behind. So you can still kill this engine with the Swing of the War Axe and the Harvest Golem. It does actually really suck, but I mean, what's my alternative? I can't just like not do anything all game. Okay, so he's probably gonna run the Golem in, and then use the axe to finish off my Senjin. But then there will be a Golem left over. I can play this guy and kill it off, maybe bait the other use of the axe, and then I can play my nice 3-drops here. We'll see how it goes. So my opponent's doing the obvious thing. Maybe I'll get lucky and draw a Whirlwind at some point. That would be nice to have here. This is getting a little scary. Little scary here, that's for sure. God, this Fiery War Axe, I mean, my 3-drops. I would have thrown 2-drops into it quite happily. Just not the 3-drops. Okay, for the problem with playing this, actually, now that I think about it, is I can't do anything else on the turn. It's a bit sad. I think a more productive turn would be to play this and then kill his guy. So I'm just trying to hang in there, basically. Just trying to live, not trying to do anything fancy, just trying to live. Inner Rage would be great. It would let me finish this off. Whirlwind would be pretty good. It would let me pop the Divine Shield, but this wouldn't die. And this Fiery War Axe just single-handedly is... I mean, if my opponent wins, it is single-handedly because of Fiery War Axe. Like any other 2-drop, I wouldn't have cared about. Oh boy, and here's where the ugly starts to happen. That thing is quite large, as well as in charge. Gadsden Auctioneer doesn't really hold up against this. Neither does the Azure Drake. And then this thing gets enraged. I don't know, maybe I should have just thrown my creatures under the bus. Okay, I think what we need to do is the following. I could play either a Raging Worgen and a Cruel Taskmaster or a Shattered Sun Cleric and a Cruel Taskmaster. I think I'll do the Cruel Taskmaster, kill off one of his creatures. Then we'll play Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this thing. So I've got a couple of 3/3s, can't kill them both. This guy can get enraged, but I mean, it's overkill. This axe is going to kill my stuff anyway. And then I'm actually just stone cold screwed because of this axe. But at least if he gets it out of the way and doesn't have any more weapons, I might be able to hang in there. If he has an Arcanite Reaper, though, I'm just done. But yeah, I mean, that's what's gonna happen when you know, you don't see any oozes in the draft and you don't see any weapons in the draft, and someone has weapons for you, including the infamous turn 2 Fiery War Axe. Then there's just not much you can do if you don't have a really aggressive start. It's gonna actually swing the weapon at me, which really just depresses me because it suggests he has another weapon behind it, or just a 6/7. You know, however you want to do, however you want to do. Execute. Ah, well, that's kind of cool. I could really use a whirlwind or a slam. Yeah, we're gonna execute this thing. I think that's okay. And sorry, I should have drawn a card first. Let's draw a card now. Stampede Dakota doesn't really change anything, except actually it does, because it tells me not to run into this. I'm just going to ignore it. It's because the Kodo is going to kill it, Divine Shield or no Divine Shield. The Gadsden Auctioneer, by the way, would have drawn me a card off the Execute, but the Azure Drake just drew me a card anyway. So the Azure Drake, if you compare it to the Gadsden Auctioneer, it's a very interesting comparison. The Azure Drake is a 5-mana 4/4, so is the Gadsden. The Azure Drake draws you a card right away. The Gadsden draws you a card when you play a spell. So it's like the Azure Drake is better if all you're ever going to do with this is cast one spell, because this has the immediate card draw plus, you know, the spell damage. But if you can draw 2 spells, then this guy becomes a lot better. I could use a silence. I don't have a silence. I am sad. Well, that was all my opponent's mana. He's probably going to use the Ogre to kill off the Drake, otherwise the Drake will kill his Drake. Not to, you know, be confusing about all the Drakes here. He can't kill me just yet. I am guessing he will kill my Drake, unless he has an Arcanite Reaper in here and is wondering whether he can afford to just ignore my stuff. Let me do the profitable trading and then burn me out. Looks like he decided he cannot do the burning. Okay, well, seems fine. See what we draw? Senjin. I might have to play that card. Ah, man. Can I afford not to? I'm not going to play it. I really just want to kill this thing. Here. And let's go ahead and armor up. The problem with playing Senjin is that then the Argent Squire would have lived. It could have popped Divine Shield to deal damage to this, and then the Twilight Drake could have finished it off. Then the Ogre could have still kept on going. This way, the Drake can kill the Shattered Sun Cleric, but the Kodo at least stands up to the Ogre. Now my opponent could deal 10 damage to me. I'll go down to 7 health. And if he has an Arcanite Reaper, I will not be able to heal up fast enough. Actually, I will! I'll have the shield block. Haha! I do have 5 armor hanging out here, which is kind of nifty, I suppose. It's gonna do a trade. Interesting choice. Oh yeah, that's right. He gets to draw a card. Why not do that? Right. I'm silly. You know what would be really great here? Cleave. Cleave would be great. Could this have been a Cleave? This is one of the ones. One of them could have been a Cleave. Oh no, that's not good. I have no way of dealing with that. Oh fuck, that's bad. Well, that seals the game. There's nothing I can do from this. Core kind of late. I guess I could kill that thing and draw my opponent a card. Yay! Ah, fuck me. I think we need to play the Taunter now. That's the turn. This Cult Master. Well, there's lots of cards that could have sealed the deal for my opponent, but that was one of them. This is interesting that this is a common card. I really feel like it's like a rare level effect. To have it at common is quite strange to me personally. Alright, so I mean he can just dump his South Sea Deckhand and the Azure Drake into the Shield Master. The Shield Master will die and he'll draw a card for both of them. Inner Rage, alright, fine. Okay. It's good. It's a good answer. It took 0 mana, so it's fine, but he still is going to have to do this, I would imagine. Then the Cult Master's actually still alive, so he's going to get to attack me then. Alright. Just going to draw a card. This guy knows what he's doing. He draws cards first. Molders the Warrior. Oh my god. Oh Jesus, this game was a disaster. It was a disaster from turn 2 with that Fiery War Axe. Man, I can't wait for that card to get nerfed. It really needs to be toned down. Silver Moon Guardian, uh-oh, that's not good. I mean, really, there's very little that is good, I guess. It's got 8, 11 damage, shield block. I guess in theory I'd survive. Let's do this. Do this. And yeah. In theory I still live, so we'll hold off on it, but it's looking a little bit grim. He needs a single point of damage, and the game will end right here. That'll do it. It damages the Auctioneer. The Frothing Berserker gets pumped. And... oh my god, he forgot to look for the win. That's funny, he could have won right there. That actually combos because it damages himself, so the Berserker gets big, but notice he's still a damage short of killing me. I think he now realizes he could have won if he had just attacked with the Silver Moon Guardian. Looks like he has no more way of dealing damage. Yeah, that's cool. I'll draw my card and then concede, I think. I have 2 Worgens. I believe one of them could have been a Cleave. That might have actually saved me this game. It would have killed his Cult Master and one other creature at a moment, and then reduced the number of cards that he drew. Is there any way that I can kill myself? Unfortunately not. Alright, well, let's go ahead and concede. And we get our first loss of the arena. Compliments of turn 2 Fiery War Axe. The Fiery War Axe, it's a tricky card to balance because if you balance it at all, what happens is a lot of other cards that are balanced in relation to Fiery War Axe don't work anymore. I think the Fiery War Axe should probably cost 3 mana, but then that means that the Stormforged Axe... actually, you could leave the Stormforged Axe the way it is. That's the Shaman weapon. It's 2/3 with Overload 1, so they'd both... for 2 mana. So then it would cost the same as a Fiery War Axe. You know, they're both pretty good. But then you have the Eaglehorn Bow. That's also a 3 mana 3/2, but it has an extra benefit, which is that it gets an extra durability whenever a secret is revealed. So you don't really want 2 class cards, one of which is strictly better than the other. So the Eaglehorn Bow would have to also get nerfed in that case. You would need to make it, I guess, cost 4 mana. Alright, Evan the Shaman. I always hope that I win against people with really lame names, like Evan. I think the worst was Michael, and I believe actually like Michael the Mage or Michael the Warrior, whoever the hell he was, actually beat me, which was really heartbreaking. Okay, so let's see what this Shaman has to say for himself. The other Shaman lost. I am actually going to do something I don't normally do, which is I'm going to coin out this guy. The reason being, I want to put this on the board because he put something on the board. So I want to start taking care of this ASAP. Now, it means next turn I'm not going to have anything to do besides armor up, but I think it's important to get this out here. Let's say he plays like a Knife Juggler or something. You know, I want this to already be here so I can trade into his creature. I don't want to like be just playing it while he already has it on the board, and then he can like deal with it and then, you know, do something. Okay, well that's interesting. I think this is okay for me. This is of course always difficult to deal with, this Argent Squire. But what I can do here is there's really no good way to do it. Basically, whatever I hit, this guy can then finish me off. So I'm either popping a Divine Shield or I'm killing a thing outright. Let's go ahead and pop a Divine Shield, reason being this way that if I end up getting a Whirlwind later, this guy will die as opposed to just having its shield popped. So now this Murloc can do quite nicely and kill my Omni Berserker. If I had a Whirlwind, man, that's a good song. If I had a Whirlwind, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Man, this is the deck of chumpiness. What is he doing? Why did he do that? What? Oh my god, I think I'm up against a Sunday afternoon casual. There was no point to that. That's just throwing away a card. You should have just traded the 2/1 or this 2/1. This is very, very greedy, so he's like keeping a slightly harder hitting creature on the board, but it is not worth it at all. Okay, well that's fine. Let's go ahead and play a Worgen. This isn't great, but basically what it does is it trades up against his 1/1 and a 2/1. And if Earthshock was the best card he had to play last time, then he shouldn't have... oh, he might have top-decked something. But barring a top-decked Lightning Bolt or Rockbiter weapon, I should be able to do some trading here this time. Ah, he's going to put a grizzly in my way. Fair enough, sir, fair enough. Now, is he going to trade the Worgen or is he going to get greedy? That is ye old question. He could deal 5 damage to me. It's really not significant enough. You really should trade the Worgen. My opponent makes a second strategic blunder. Not only did he throw away Earthshock for no reason whatsoever, but he actually decided to let me keep my Worgen alive. Let's think very carefully about this. I think the best plan is the simplest plan. I could use this guy to flush out the Grizzly, but I think even more sensible is just to do this. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to kill a 2-1 so that my opponent can't use the 1-1 to kill off my Worgen when it is at 1 health. Well, I'd say that I've actually won the opening. My opponent did some damage to me, but at the expense of a lot of cards. He's got 5 cards on the screen to my 6. Granted, that's the card I have for going second, but I'm an advantage on the board. He's also playing with terrible cards like Nightblade. Yuck. And he's still not trading with my creatures. That is still a mistake. Alright, well, I will take it. I will take all the help you can give me, sir. All help you can give me. I could use Mortal Strike to kill this, or a Kor'kron. I believe Kor'kron is the better card. So I'm going to use Mortal Strike to kill this. And let's go ahead and kill his 2-1. So my health is down, but I'm a warrior. I gain health with my hero ability. So if my opponent keeps playing garbage like Nightblade and Murloc, whatever things, I'm going to be fine. There's the first totem of the game. It's a spell power totem. That's actually not very helpful to my opponent here, unfortunately, for him. Stormforged Axe is, however, quite helpful. That's a bit of a shame. He's not going to use the axe, though. He's going to get rid of his creature. Oh, God. Ah, boy. Well, I could lose because he's, like, battering me down pretty good, I have to admit. But this should be okay. Let's just go ahead and, yeah, let's just go ahead and kill this creature. He can use his weapon to finish my guy, and that's fine. I mean, he's really low on cards here. He's just going to lose the battle of attrition, and then once I start gaining life back with my hero ability, I'll be totally fine. Now, one good creature can turn it around from, like, just dropping a Boulder Fist Ogre or something would completely turn it around, but I wonder if he just doesn't have any. Ugh. Shamans don't have secrets. This must have been a very bad rare pack for him to take a Secret Keeper. This was never going to be better than a 1-2. There we go, he learns! He learns the way of the weapon. You always use your weapons to kill creatures unless you're, of course, low on health. Okay, let's go ahead and play Ascension. And also, I'm going to play a Flesh-Eating Ghoul here, because I have a feeling some stuff is about to start dying pretty soon. We'll hang on to the Worgen, we'll play it later so that in case he has removal, he'll use it on the Ghoul, because this could be a real blowout. Alright, he's getting a real totem army built up. There's the Taunt Totem. Forked Lightning. Ah, the Spell Power Totem earns its keep. That allows him to kill off the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. He's going to restore some health. Well, this is all of his cards. I feel like I have way better cards than he does. So, we're okay with this situation. Okay. Well, I think we need to start armoring up each turn. For 6 mana here, the best use of my mana is this guy. Man, if I do lose, which is possible, he could draw a Bloodlust and win. I haven't really been able to keep his creatures down. That would actually be really hilarious. I would say though that I would still say my opponent has not played well. Even if he draws a Bloodlust and win, just because he was not killing my creatures with his axe. He was not trading my creatures. It's very, very risky play. And risky play, you know, that's unsound, can still win you games sometimes, but that doesn't make it correct. Alright, so we're going to start doing some mop-up duty here. Let's go ahead and armor up. We need to make sure we always do that. And for 7 mana, we'll play this and this. We're going to kill the monkey. We're going to kill the totem. This is my opponent's last chance to top deck a Bloodlust and win, because he currently only has 4 damage. Bloodlust would raise it up to 19. Let's see if he's got it. Got a tiger. Well, that's pretty good, because it's stealthy, and I don't have any taunt. But it's not really good enough, because I'm going to be able to kill the totem, and then clear out several of his creatures. He should have used this guy to kill my Worgen, because this guy can actually kill 2 of his creatures now. Alright, Reckless Rocketeer is cute, but not good, so we're going to armor up. Going to use the Squire to kill that thing. Going to use the Worgen to kill this thing. And this thing. We're gonna pop the Divine Shield against this thing. And I'm actually gonna kill the totem to give him fewer outs. I'm actually gonna go ahead and kill another totem here. So this thing can deal 5 damage, even with a Rock Biter weapon or a Bloodlust. That's not enough damage to kill me. So he's in somewhat big trouble. That monkey is not going to help him. Yeah, he's just, see, just look at the problem. Like, he's basically, you know, hoping to top deck a Bloodlust and win, and when your strategy is top deck 1 card out of 16, it's not going to work. Alright, well, let's go ahead, and we always need to armor up at this stage. Let's clear out this thing. Let's use this to kill the monkey, so that this can kill the tiger. Actually, shield block would be really great here. Kind of like amazingly so. I'll play a Chillwind Yeti, and we'll hang on to this thing. 7 damage. Shaman has 1 card. I don't think anything can do it. Lava Burst wouldn't quite do it even with spell power. Yeah, I don't think anything charges for 7 attack. I think he just loses. Nice, polite. That's good. Evan the Polite Shaman. So yeah, he had a very chumpy deck. He managed to do surprisingly well with it. He was just going all the way for my throat all game, but it was a mistake. It was very improbable to work. It could have worked, but it didn't. And we take the win. Woo! Let's go ahead and keep on playing. Let's see who we get next time. I like the variety of classes so far in this arena. We had a warrior, we had a shaman. That's kind of cool. I actually don't remember who I played for the first 2 games. Oh, we had shaman twice. That's right. I like that. I wish shaman were a little bit more popular. I think they're incredibly strong, as you've seen perhaps in my videos. Derp 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 the Paladin. This is another one of those troll names. They're hoping to make you go on tilt if you lose. Acolyte of Pain I will actually keep. Really good against Paladins. Stampeding Kodo I'll keep. I'm just going to keep this whole thing. Whatever, man. So hopefully my opponent doesn't have a super fast start. I'm really hoping he doesn't have a 1-drop. That's what actually has been hurting me in a couple of games, is that my opponents have had 1-drops. Both the Warrior and Evan the Shaman played an Argent Squire on turn 1, and that thing is a menace. So thankfully my opponent does not have a 1-drop. That makes a huge difference. Then, depending on what he does here, I'll either be making an Acolyte of Pain or a Raging Worgen. Alright, this is perfect. So, the Worgen trades against both of these, and that kind of sucks. But what doesn't suck is the fact that the Acolyte actually kills both of these, and draws me 2 cards in the process. Yes, please. Now, my opponent could play a Taunt. The best thing would be a Grizzly. He's going to use Equality right now? Wow! That is what we call loose play. That is a very loose equality. You generally want to save it for better times than what was just done right there. Now, I could play Cruel Taskmaster and kill this thing. However, I'm going to do... well, hang on. You know what? Never let a paladin keep creatures. I'm just going to follow that rule of thumb right here. Yes, this guy would have been sexy to keep around with my Raging Worgens, blah, blah, blah. I'm just not going to let him keep that creature. Alright, True Silver Champion. You know, it's not the worst thing right here. So he takes 2 damage. That's kind of a quirk about True Silver Champion. It's you heal before you attack, so if you're at max health when you start it, you end up not actually getting the life gain. I'm going to play Ascension. This holds up against it. He would need to have a 1/1 on the board already to be able to kill this thing. He doesn't. And I have actually card advantage against him. Look at this. 5 cards, plus this, 6. I've got 1 card, plus like 7. Okay. Well, this engine doesn't really work very well against the Magi. I could run in and then use Inner Rage to finish off, but I think what I'd actually rather do is just use Shattered Sun Cleric. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't use up my mana very well, does it? Actually, there's nothing I can do to use up my mana. Haha! Alright, so we might as well do it the way that works. Let's do this. Shattered Sun Cleric. My god, that card is just so freaking ridiculous. I've lost so many games to it. It's crazy. Well, here's where we're getting up to 6 mana. Now, luckily I have a Silence that could be really good against some 6 mana cards. We'll see what it is that my opponent wants to do here. A simple Boulder Fist Ogre would actually just be really good for him and help him get caught up. Hammer of Wrath. Man, So I played a Paladin run recently that, I won't spoil it exactly, but it didn't go very well. Part of the reason perhaps was because I passed on a number of Hammer of Wraths. But, like, I am delighted! I am frickin' thrilled that my opponent played Hammer of Wrath on me. Like, it was his whole turn. I would have much more afraid of him playing, like, any creatures or something. So anyway, speaking of creatures, I can play a Kodo, kill this Novice Engineer, or I could play 2 Worgens. Now, the problem with playing 2 Worgens is that I leave a creature onto the board. However, even if he buffs the shit out of that thing... I have 3 Raging Worgens. I didn't even know I had 3 Raging Worgens. Wow, that's great. Even if my opponent does buff this up, he'll only kill one of my Worgens, and then I'll be able to silence it and kill it with the other one. Argent Commander. Well, that's a good card. There's no questioning that. Luckily for me, I could actually use the Worgen to trigger Wind Fury, and then kill that thing. Or I could Stampeding Kodo. Well, it doesn't really help me, does it? I could Slam Execute this thing, but Slam Execute, you really want to reserve that for bigger stuff. So yeah, we'll just do this, I think. This seems totally fine. Let's actually just play that. Trigger Wind Fury. Kill it. I don't want to risk keeping this around. And now it's a bit sad I can't do much with my mana. I don't want to waste the Silence or waste the Kodo, but we'll play a Worgen here. Just kind of chilling. Threatening to Inner Rage. And swing for 12 damage, down to 14 health. It's pretty good. He has another Hammer of Wrath. Well, that one I will admit is a little bit more painful. He's actually climbing out of this card advantage hole with these 2 Novice Engineers. Oh, Dokali. I think the time has come for the Kodo. Now, I really wanted to hit this thing, I think. Jeez. If I slam this, that's sad. Alright, you know, let's just do this. We're gonna play this guy. Swing. I'm not having very good plays here, I have to admit. These are not great plays that I'm making. I'm kind of spending a lot of turns not doing much because I'm holding on to my answer cards. Perhaps I should have just played it to play it. Man, I played 3 Worgens and they all died. Oh my god, Stormpike fucking Mando, really? Demolisher. Light's Justice. Well, I don't really care that much about that card. Okay. Well, let's see what I can draw here. Shattered Sun Cleric. Let's go ahead and slam this. Kodo that. Armor up. Now, this guy plus the Light's Justice does kill the Kodo. And I guess my opponent's actually caught up on cards with all those Novice Engineers and Hammer of Wraths. I wasn't able to press the advantage because this is not a late game deck. So I wasn't able to press the advantage, and for that reason I'm falling behind now. So I now wish I still had Slam, and I now wish that my opponent didn't have this weapon. This weapon actually was surprisingly good. It's letting him finish off my Kodo, which is extremely sad. Oh man, I think I'm going to lose this game. I felt like I was in control the entire time, but it's just going badly now. I'm going to 2-for-1 myself. I think it's really important to do that. I'm in desperate times here. Hold on to the Silence. I have a pretty good board. My opponent hasn't played really anything impressive all game. Neither have I, granted. Still got a Twilight Drake back here, which could be good. Gadsden Auctioneer is just terrible, actually. I have to get it and a spell. I don't like the sound of this. Consecration. Okay. It's got the double Consecration. So he played a really loose Equality earlier. And he's just gonna... He did a poor man's Flame Strike on me. Man, I might lose just because he's got these 2 cards epic here, and I've only got 2 cards, but he's already got stuff on the board. Well, Chillwind Yeti's about as good as they come. This has to get wasted. I can't afford to hold him back any longer. So we'll see just how chumpy his deck really is. He's drawn 3 more cards than I have, and he's got 3 cards in his hand, so it's, yeah, definitely showing. My Acolyte of Pain was killed by Equality. Oh man, I cannot believe I lost to someone who played Equality just to kill an Acolyte of Pain. I must have done something wrong this game. I must have. There must have been some time where I like took things a little too casual or whatever. I just cannot believe that that he had like the win with like his cards. I refuse to believe it. Well, derp the Paladin making some derpy plays. Looks like it's gonna get a win against me here. I'll have to review the game tape, see where I could have improved things. Maybe I could have just played out. Let's possible I could have had to play out my Kodo a little bit earlier. Ah, this guy's a douchebag. I hope I play him again someday and crush him. Enough with these I'm sorries. I'm pretty sure the only people who do that are D-bags. I mean, it's possible he means it well, like, actually, like, I'm sorry, but I think he's probably just a douche. Alright, anyway, it's time to concede. There's no, well, is there a chance? No, there's really no chance. We're gonna go ahead and concede. I'll give him a well played. And, yeah. We're up against, what is this, 3-2? I don't think I got to 4 wins yet, did I? Did I get up to 4 wins? No, we're at 3-2, ugh. So, we lost to a warrior who had weapons, and we lost to a paladin who made bad plays, but then Hammer of Wrathed me into oblivion, because all my stuff has 3 toughness. He had a True Silver Champion there, an Equality, 2 Consecrations. He had some pretty good cards. I had to give it to him. 3rd Shaman. This is a different Shaman, Fank. Normally I don't like playing against all the same thing, but to see the Shaman is kind of cool. I'm going to actually send all this stuff back. Slam Execute's nice for killing stuff, but that's late game. I want to actually play some cards. Oh no! This is so ridiculous! Oh my god, am I really going to lose the arena? Because I played Derp 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 the Paladin, who wasted Equality to kill 1 creature. And then the Shaman, because I drew a handful of removal and then mulligan into a handful of 5 cards when I, like, don't have any late game in this deck. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, if I do draw one of my 3 Raging Worgens, Whirlwind would be kind of nice. To trigger the Wind Fury / Enrage, potentially. Oh, I hope he just plays a Totem. If he plays anything better than that, I'm going to fall behind. I got nothing to do here. Ah, fuck. He's using the coin. This is not good. This is the opposite of good. Harvest Golem. Well, it's not the most intimidating creature, and it will eventually maybe die to Stampeding Kodo. God damn it! Where is... Ah, Jesus. So I mulliganed my whole hand, and then still didn't draw anything that I could play on turn 2 or turn 3. That's great. That's really terrific. Thanks so much for coming. Oh, no, he's got more stuff to play. That's not good. Well, that's not the scariest card, so we'll take it. We'll take it. Cruel Taskmaster, not the card I need. Well, we're going to do Korkon Elite for sure. Now, if I kill the Golem, this thing will go down to 1 health. The Golem will finish it off. Maybe then I'll be able to sneak a kill on the Acolyte, but if he plays a Totem, the Kodo could always miss. We're just going to go ahead and kill this while we have the chance. So I give him his card, that's fine. The Golem can finish this off, but then Kodo drops, perhaps, and kills the remaining Golem, or I could maybe just play this guy and try to populate the board. This also kills that thing that spawns, so I might do that as well. Let's see just what he does here. Ah, Senjin. Well, the Kodo does hold up nicely against the Senjin, so we'll play it here. Get some use out of it. Slow start for both of us. He's got 7 cards plus a creature. I have 6 cards plus a creature. I did go first, so his extra card is the one he started the game with for being the 2nd player, but he's up to play, so we'll see how it goes. Knife Juggler is a pretty good continuation. Flames. Oh no! God damn it! Wow, that was a really fucking good continuation. Ah, Jesus. You know what would be great here in Azure Drake? It would make Whirlwind kill all this shit. No chance. Oh man. Fuck. I could like Whirlwind plus Cruel Taskmaster to kill one of the things for 3 of my mana. Is that worth doing? I guess it must be. It has to be. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Then we're going to play Cruel Taskmaster. Going to play a Loot Hoarder. Fast turn. This is getting very dicey very fast, however. Now this thing could come down. Notice how bad this is. It's like a 6-drop that's getting killed by a 2-drop. It's just so bizarre. Oh my gosh, the Abomination. Interesting. That is very interesting. So I could run both my creatures into it, and then it'll kill off his creatures. Oh, jeez, I think my opponent screwed up. I think if he was going to do that, he should have traded in the Knife Juggler, but now look what happens. Now I just do this, and then I do this, and then his stuff dies. I don't think the Abomination was the right play there for my opponent. Well, I catch a little bit of a break. I could play this guy and hope to draw more cards, or I could play this guy and populate the board more. Let's go ahead and go for the gold, go for the glory. Go for it, connect 4. 4 damage, not the easiest for a shaman to deal. Shaman's really kind of the king of dealing 3 damage. Now, if he flips a spell power totem or a spell damage card, that's a different story, or if he uses a hex on it, which I'm okay with. He just does something like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and... another Flamesong Totem. I'll get to play Shield Block or Mortal Strike. Let's think. I can actually play this. Oh, it doesn't quite kill it. Jesus, this thing sucks so bad. I can't even believe it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and Mortal Strike the Flame Tongue Totem. I think that needs to happen. Raging Worgen, not super hot right here. Let's just go ahead and play Shield Block. Well, we've got card advantage out the butthole. Let's go ahead, and if he wants to attack in, he can do that. I'm not going to do it for him. Oh, no! I should have attacked when I had the chance. Ooh, he's going to get frisky here and not kill me. Well, now I wish I had some of that removal. Slam Execute would be pretty great here. I think I should actually play this. Well... 5 damage. Goddamn 5 damage. Are you kidding me? 5 damage. It's just so bad. Alright, we're going to draw a card. I just really need to try to get into my removal as desperately as I can. Inner Rage. Not quite going to do it, actually. It will boost this guy up to 6, which isn't enough. It's not enough, actually. Because of the Stormwind Champion and because of the taunt. That is heartbreaking. Although if I do this to that thing, I'll deal 2 damage. No, it's not enough no matter how you slice it. But I draw a card off the Gadsden Auctioneer is the thing. Alright, well, we'll do this. We'll draw a card. I'm doing it only because it draws me a card. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. You know what? I should have actually planned for that. Because if I had done it to the Stormwind Champion... Oh, no! I didn't play into my... You know, folks, this is a lesson. Always play into your outs. I didn't play into my outs. I should have realized I had like 3 silences in the deck. 2 owls. I think either 1 or 2 owls into this guy. I should have damaged the Stormwind Champion, then I could have dropped a silence and then killed the Stormwind Champion. It would have been a totally different game. Now I might actually just lose. Bloodlust. Is he actually going to win? What the hell is he doing? Wind Fury! Oh my god, I lose to Bloodlust Wind Fury. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I guess that's not even enough damage. That's really funny. Does he have a lightning bolt to finish me off here? Might as well. Crazed Alchemist? Okay. Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious. Well, that's my mistake. I mean, this thing should be dead. I could have totally killed this thing. I don't have any way of dealing with this shit. Even if I 2-for-1, one of his things survives, I have nothing with taunt here. Oh wait, I have this thing. Okay, well, clearly, if I am going to win in any way, it would have to be through that. God damn it, I could have killed the Stormwind Champion. That is 100% on me, folks. 100% on me. Ball sacks. I could have maybe pandaed this and replayed it, but that's not going to do anything for me. Okay, well, I think the only way that I could possibly conceivably win is if I armor up. And then what I'm going to have to do is just really ridiculously depressing, because either of his guys will kill me. I have to trade 2 creatures into that, and then because this thing goes 5 fucking damage, I have to run 2 into that, and then I can play this. The odds are very small, but it's possible. He'd have to have 0 form of direct damage. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wind Fury on a Stormwind Champion. But yeah, I didn't play into my outs. I should have played into Silence. I should have, even if I had actually played it on my own Gadsden Auctioneer and drawn a Silence, I still could have made it. Okay, so my opponent's making absolutely the right plays here. He's just trying to flood the board as much crap as he can. It's the main thing he can do. I still cannot get a taunt. I don't know if I have any in here to save my life. We're gonna go ahead and do this. And this. He would have to forget to look for the win. So I'm gonna just try to like put as much threatening looking stuff on the board as possible. And see if he'll forget to the fact that he can actually deal 4 damage to me and just win on the spot. Ah, that doesn't look good. Yeah, he sees it. And there we go. Another Warrior Arena bites the dust. Although that mistake I made of using the Inner Rage on the Fen Creeper rather than the Stormwind Champion definitely cost me that game. I had card advantage by him at the end, so if I just had a life total to work with, I would have been fine. But still, Warrior. Yeah, well, we tried removal-free Shaman. That worked pretty well. We tried weapon-free Warrior, and that worked less well. So if you enjoyed this video, do please like and or subscribe. And if you want to stick around, please do. Here commences Papa Boris's Happy Fun Time Bonus Hour. This is actually the first time since the patch that I got exactly 3 wins. I've had one with 2, one with 0. This is my first with 3, and then everything else has been 4 or more. I didn't even know you could get regular commons. That is pretty sucky. Oh, look at this. Yeah. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna bear back. I need to go masturbate to this reward real quick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is the shit right there. Let's go ahead and see if the pack is any good. Ooh, that's a good rare. Nope, no legendaries here. I think some of those are duplicates. Uh-oh. Oh my god, the rare is a duplicate? Oh, that's such a good rare. I already have 2 of these. I have 3 of these Keepers of the Grove. So, what do we have? We had 2 duplicate commons and a duplicate rare. So I got 2 new commons. Well, I got actually 3 new commons because one of my rewards was a common. I'm not even going to bother looking at that. Let's go see what our next arena is going to be. We're going to need something good here. We're going to have Rogue, Druid, or... Oh, man, I don't like any... Well, Priest, I just did Priest. Rogue, am I really going to do Rogue? Oh, God, we'll have to see. Well, anyway, thanks again for watching, folks. If you enjoyed it, please like and or subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Till then.